Can
Yep.
I that one?
Okay. Yeah. I just if you can't find it, send me it to me and I'll go pull it. And it's not hard for me because I have high speed internet now to pull things down and throw it into a YouTube and send you a link real quick.
Thank you. Okay, I'll text you.
Okay.
That particular I was looking for. Okay, thanks.
Cool. So that being said, if you want to come to the ranch, figure out your dollar figure. We're going to do a DMP for the next 4 months. Christina's not my poster child tonight. I want to go. I want to do. Oh, I love it. So figure out your dollar figure. Figure out your dollar figure, and then let's go put a plan in place. And I don't care if you make it more, make it 5 grand, 7 grand. So it's going to be for those of you that have been to the ranch before. Um, it's 14.95 is the total discount. Everything else, it's like $780, $800. Uh, Ruth, you haven't been to the ranch before. I'm going to let you in on that link, right? So just because, and because I know you and Diane talked about driving up 6 hours and getting a car. So that I would love for you to come free, right? I would love for you to all to come free, but we do have expenses, and I want to do some more things when you guys get here. I want to have other things show up. I'm
And
just
Sean, we gotta have skin in the game. I mean,
yeah, yeah, and
I'm for it because
okay.
yeah, I'm good with that. I mean,
So
because
my
I think
point is, and I may and maybe I'm trying to see if I can do it. I may or may not be able to do it, but I might even have Kyle Wilson here. Maybe I'm working on it. Right. So, but these are the things that I can do that I want to bring value, right? So that being said, figure out your number now, and now the work starts. We're literally going to do a DMP, a magic check. So your magic check is the amount you want. We're going to create your DMP for this check. You've got your big DMP, but I'm going to help you. Bob, you sent me yours. Amazing 1,000 word story. Incredible. But you're going to do the work. Here's what I would tell the people that I personally enrolled in Latin America. I'm only going to sponsor the ones who are going to work. If you don't want to work, if you don't want to show up on a 2 a.m. morning, now where I'm not doing 2 a.m. calls with y'all, but I would do 2 a.m. calls with them. If you're not willing to show up there, let me know. I'll let somebody else sponsor you. You can show up when you want, but I'm not. This isn't. It's not a game. It's just not. It can't be. All right. Too many things. Too many variables are coming up into to a lot of our lives, and I want to get the way we can get rid of a lot of the variables is through money. So, questions.
yes.
So
Okay,
do
go
we,
ahead.
okay,
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Diane.
Go ahead, Dan.
So do you want us to send you our story? I finished
Sure, if you
mine.
want. If you want to, yeah.
I've got like one, two. It's like 10 pages.
Yeah, you can just take it in pictures and text it.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
cool.
Is
Who's got a
Diane,
number? Go ahead. Go ahead, Ruth.
is that the 1,000 word story you were talking about?
Well, that's a 1,000 word story for the magic check, right? So in the memos, have you been to the magic check
I've
video?
done the first two sessions.
Okay, so 3 and 4. Three was the 1,000 word story. So
Mhm.
you'll hear that this past Thursday. And what that is you start to tell a story, and it's in the workbook. The workbook is on the dashboard.
I
Okay,
saw.
so
Mhm.
it gives you some examples, the beginning, the middle, and the end of how to use language to create the story based upon the line items that you're wanting to pay. You're wanting to use the check for.
Okay. So once we finish it, we can submit it to you.
Sure. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Overachiever. You and Ann Poe. Um, I did 500 things. Can I keep going? She did 1,000 things she liked.
You know what? I understand now how she got 1,000.
right?
You start writing and it just,
And
it's
that's
just,
creating the new neural pathways. Absolutely. Close that door, Mace. It's freezing. They can't see you. Nobody can see you. So who wants to start? Who's got a number? And let me kind of,
Well,
okay,
what did you say the dollar amount,
any
the
amount.
dollar amount is
What if you're,
oh,
to come to the ranch, it's figure 900 bucks with change. Not even with change. It's 8 something with change. That's for people who have been in previous attendees. So don't tell Michelle you didn't be here before. Just say you were always in the woods if she has.
I have a figure for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, this is actually what, and I thought, oh, maybe I should have a different one.
Hang on. One of the things you're going to find out
What?
is one of the things you're going to find out with me from this moment on in these conversations is that if you said, I have a figure, tell me the figure. I don't need the story.
It's $3,000.
There you go. Look at her face change. She's like, I'm going to
It's
get pissed at you.
$3,000.
Good. Excellent. So $3,000. How are you going to make that? What streams, what business model are you going to use to make that, or business models?
Well, that's a really good question because something happened today that I've been thinking. I thought, oh, this is another stream. When I put it in the memo and as I've been writing it, it's been part of without using strategy, it's been my coaching mentoring business. Then I had a couple of new distributors in MLM. I haven't been actually really working, but I've been I haven't been working it. And I got a message about some stuff that's happening in 2024, and I went, oh, hell yes, I can do that.
Okay.
So that is, it's a rework, it's an add up, I don't know. I don't even know what to call it.
Okay.
Sean, I was going to call you about it because I was like, okay, this is coming to me like in my mailbox.
Are you guys all okay being part of a mastermind? Okay. In a mastermind, there's one person who kind of leads it. For this conversation, it'll be me. If you have a suggestion, throw it out. If you hear something when somebody's speaking, say, I have a suggestion. I don't need anybody else to coach. That's what I'm here for. Right? I'll do the coaching. You can throw the idea out because I can work it into understanding who they are, how they are, what their personalities are. But you say, have you ever thought about this? So that would be the thing you could add. But I'm going to encourage you to keep from coaching because unless you're in student mode, you can't create success. If you're in coaching mode, we always seem to there's a disconnect that happens that we wind up not doing the work. Does that make sense? You ever see somebody who wants to tell you how everything's going and you're like, you haven't done a dang thing in 17 Sundays since Tuesday. But they sounded like, man, they got great ideas for you and they can tell you 1,001 ways. So I do want you guys to add your value, and the add your value is have you ever thought about this? We all clear on that? This is yes, this is no. Okay, good. Just checking. So what's the network marketing business?
Relive International.
Okay. So and why do you think the 2 new people joined you?
Well, they haven't answered my query.
Okay. Were they given to you by the company or they just found your link and signed up?
One found the link and signed up. The other one they're just down the road from me and they signed up with the company, but the company gave them, they're in my
Okay, cool.
area.
Cool. And so you've sent them messages and they haven't responded?
Yes.
Awesome. Have they placed an order yet?
Oh yeah, big one.
Okay. So I would just check. So what was the query you sent them? What was the message you sent them?
Well, I welcomed them and introduced myself, and then let them know, let them know that I'm here to make sure that they have a great investment, a great experience, and how can I be of service to them?
Okay. Did you thank them?
Oh, I absolutely thank them.
Okay.
And
Cool.
I've sent them texts. I've just sent them texts of encouragement, not telling them what to do, but continuing to thank them and
Send them a thank you card.
okay.
So what else? So what would you need to do? So is that something you want to start talking to people about again? Is your network marketing company, or do you want to do the coaching? Do you want to do both?
Oh, I'm fine at doing both. I actually have it sort of incorporated because there is a knowledge about me um and nutrition. Not that I'm an expert, but
Okay. Hang on. So do you know the movie with Eddie Murphy? I think it's what's Daniela? What was the name of it? Was it the Thousand Words? Yeah. So the Thousand Words. Okay. So every time, so what happened was, is he was this big yuckity yuck and I icon, and he would talk, and he went to go to a guru, and a guru said, a tree will be planted, and it's a money tree. But every time he uses a word, a dollar bill falls off. So unless it was worth the tree losing its leaves, aka money, he couldn't speak. He couldn't say things. So all I'm saying is that listen to the questions, and in this discussion, see how precise you can get in the questions and the answers. So, would you like to use coaching and your network marketing? If you had a choice, which would you use more of, coaching or network marketing?
probably
And both,
not.
you could say both, but which one would you use more of?
Define the word use.
Okay, create income with. Use to create money. I know y'all can just say he turns into an ass when he really gets into his mentoring mode, and that's okay.
That's a question that I have not even really thought about.
Okay.
I don't have a clear answer. I speak of them both
Sure.
because nutrition is I mean, just the physical health is so important as part of whole health, and
Yep.
the mind needs to be fed.
Sure. So which one would you use more of?
MLM.
And
Yes, MLM.
how many hours in a day do you plan on building your income streams? I don't care if it's 1 hour, 2 hours, what? 7 hours, 3 hours, 45 minutes a day? How much?
Combining the two, it would probably it would look like 6 hours right now.
Okay, so 6 hours, how many days a week?
6.
Okay, so six. Alexa, how many weeks between now and the end of April?
Tuesday, April 30th, 2024 is in 15 weeks.
So 15 times 6 equals 90 times 6 equals 540 hours. And you said $3,000. So $3,000 divided by 540 equals $5.50 an hour. I'd quit.
I've
Now,
done
the
that
other side of
today.
it, the other side of it is it's awfully easy to do that, isn't it?
Well, it's awfully easy to do what, 5.50 an hour?
$5.50 an hour between your two business models.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you okay with that?
Do you know what keeps coming through my head? May I
Yeah,
tell you
yes.
the word? I
Yeah.
don't know if this is going to de-leaf the money tree or not, but
Right.
it's consistency.
Right. Consistency is good, but do you want, would you show up for $5.50 an hour in your day?
Given that it's going to have me go to the ranch, yes.
Okay, then great. So just understand all you have to do is have a $5.50 per productivity hour. Now you got to decide what do you have to pay to make that happen? And listen, you could get a client who pays you $100. That takes care of 18 hours, doesn't it? Right? So it's all about the total, but you have to look at, did I produce $5.50 to go to the ranch this hour? And the way I did that is 6 days, 6 hours times 15 weeks. It's 540 hours. Right? Clear. 15 weeks times 6 days equals 90 days times 6 equals 540. So at the top of every hour, what's the question you ask yourself? There's 2 questions you ask yourself.
Did I make 5.50 last hour? Am I going to make 5.50? What am I doing to make 5.50 this hour?
Yep. Or do I have to do $11 this hour?
Hmm.
And so, Alexa, what's $5.50 times 6?
$33.
$19.97.
No, it's not.
$5.50 times 6? Yeah, should be 30 something. Alexa, what's $5.50 times $6? 6 hours. Can't even. What is she talking about? Alexa, stop. 5 times 6.
$33.
Okay. So there you go, $33 a day
For the ranch.
for the ranch. That's all I care about, unless you give me a bigger
That's-
number, but you give me a bigger number. So now you need to create you need to write $3,000 down. And at the end of every day, did you take off $33? And every day when we talk, you're going to have to give me your balance. Oh, you mean I'm going to have to know my numbers? I don't want to do this anymore. This isn't fun.
I knew where this was headed. I just like, okay. Even though my I threw up a little bit in my throat, but that's okay. So call you at the end of the day and give you
No,
my
this
day.
is when we're doing calls every night on the call. You give me your balance.
Yes.
Yeah. And every one of you are going to be held accountable by each other because you're going to give your balance out loud
We
on
only
this
do-
call. On this call.
Are you talking about the morning call that we do
No, I'm
every day?
talking about the evening calls.
Are we going to start doing those
Yeah, that's what this
every
is.
day?
This is every day. Yeah. Doesn't have to take long unless somebody's got challenges, because I don't need to teach you, because we're over this first week. We're going to be setting out your plan. You're going to have activities. Holy crap. This is what people pay 10 grand a month for.
Accountability. It's nothing
Listen,
like it.
it's easy for me. My mentor said at least one of us is always going to have fun. Sometimes both of us. So what's your so what's 3 activities you can do to create $33 a day in either of your businesses? Actually 3 in each business. And if you don't know it right off, you can begin working on that. And then I'll come back to you before we wrap.
Okay.
Unless
Come
you
back
know
to
'em.
me.
Okay. Who's next? Go ahead, Ruth.
So of course I have a question.
Yep.
So
Shocking.
because I have other commitments like
Sure.
grand, and so I was just thinking, okay, I have until the end of April. So if I can't do anything in January and February, I'll just go full force in February, March,
Right,
and April.
but there's a lot of ground prep you can do so that when right. So there's ground prep, there's seed purchase.
Mhm.
Right, you may not be able to do all the work, but here's what happens: law of attraction. You'll do it all before you even get to April. I promise you. With as busy as you are and everything else, and the way the company sends you people and this, that, and the other, when you shift your mind and you start meditation, and we use our gratitudes in the mornings to do this, here's what I would promise all of you. Mark this down. So here it is, 8:30 on January 15th. You can write this down. Before the end of February, most of you will have this paid off. Because it has been a long time. Mark my words, I don't care what number you pick, because I will make sure I know what activities you need to do, and I know the way you need to do them. And I'm going to, just like I asked Louise, what did you send them? Did you say thank you? Oh, I did say thank, but she didn't tell me she said thank you. I want to know, how did you dot the I? Did you use cursive? Did you use print? This is about understanding how to do it in a certain way. Right? I'm also would encourage you to send me your blessings in the morning. Because you could just sit there and go, grateful and happy that I get this time to not do nothing and check my email. This is accountability. If you want it, you can have it. If you don't want it, don't take it. Doesn't take me anything to look at a text and go, you said your numbers. You sent your text in. Now, if it looks like, how many of you have ever gotten and tried to build a website and it has all of that gibberish Greekish stuff? Loopsim labli blah flop, right? If I start to look at your things and it's going liga laga laga liga laga go gaga, I know, right? So, who's next? Who's got a number? How many of you feel a little bit of pressure? Yay! Hi, Christina. You don't have to say anything. I'm just picking
Hi,
on you.
Sean.
Hi, Christina.
This really makes me feel uncomfortable and
Yes. Yes. Say yes. Say yes. Tell Bindi to go take a hike.
you asked us what needs to be done, and many people on this call know, but I have no idea what it looks like to
Okay,
make
good.
money from a business other than $60 here and other money that other people worked for.
So would Jim Rohn say that's a clue?
Yeah, it's a clue.
Are you okay with knowing?
I would love to.
Are you okay with getting a better picture?
Yeah, and I
Okay.
need some action.
What do you have to give up to have a better picture?
All stories.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Did you do the memos on your check?
I have the check somewhere.
Say that's a clue. Here's a suggestion. Bring the check and put it on your desk.
It was on my desk, but then
Okay.
I cleaned the desk.
Okay, good. And so your subconscious said, get rid of this. We don't want to look at this.
Exactly.
This could make a change in our life. Heck no, get this out of here.
It's here.
Okay, great. Y'all see that? She did it and it literally left her fingers.
Yeah.
What's the number you'd need for the ranch? $5
Oh.
grand?
See, Sean, the thing is, I'm gonna come to that answer. But I'm not thinking ranch. I'm thinking to cover all my debt first.
Right. Okay. So what's the number you mean you want to be debt free before you make a decision to come to the ranch?
No, I just want to pay some towards my debt because
Okay. How much? Pick a number.
I know the number.
Well, between now and the end of April, how much? How much would you make you say go, oh my gosh, I would be absolutely blown away. Maybe it's all of it, could be some of it. What?
50,000.
50,000. Great. Do you have a business model that could generate 50K?
Other people say yes. I don't see it.
Wow. Y'all hearing how the language just doesn't it's gonna one of us is gonna have a lot of fun doing this. Do you have a business model that could do it? That could do it. Not that you could do it, that it would perform.
Yes.
Excellent. So if it could perform and it's not doing it for you, does the business model need to change or you might need to adapt?
No, I know that I have to adapt.
Excellent. Are you willing to adapt?
Yes.
I don't think so. I say yes here, but soon as I hang up, I go, screw you. I fight bear in forest. What's one thing what's one thing that might have to shift? What's one thing that you believe would have to, if you had to wave a wand that would change, that would transform, what's one thing that you would have to transform? Not that you could or couldn't or will or won't. What's one thing you think needs to shift for you to move down that path?
In me or
In you. Is it talking to more people? Is it following up? Is it?
It's talking to people.
Excellent. So let's look down. What are some ways, what are some avenues that you have to speak to people? Not sell them, not convince them, just to you open your mouth and it reaches them. What are different avenues?
Phone, Facebook Live.
Okay. So write them down. Are you writing these down?
Mm-hmm.
So by phone, Facebook Live,
Messenger,
Instagram, Messenger, right? Or DM, whatever you call Instagram. So there's 5 different ways there, right?
Yeah.
How many people are in your social media numbers?
1988.
Okay. And that's between Facebook, Instagram.
No, just Facebook.
Okay. How many on Instagram?
400 and change.
Okay. And granted, we may or may not, you may only know 7 of them, but there's 400 on the list. Okay. How are you willing to go out and expose yourself to them?
In person or on Messenger?
No, just in a text.
That was the plan, Sean.
I know, but you keep Your Honor, I'm just going to ask the witness to answer my questions. Would you be okay with sending a text to those people?
Yes.
Okay. If you sent the text and they say no, do you quit?
No.
Okay. If they send a text and they say yes, do you quit?
No.
No. So nothing could make you quit. Okay. So if you, upon hitting the 50K, what changes in your life when you pay it off by the end of April?
Big stone.
Okay.
On my heart.
And if it doesn't happen by April 1st, do you quit? I mean, yeah, April 1st, do you quit?
No.
Why?
Because I need to reach my goal.
Okay. And so how much time? So at April 1st, if nothing's happened, do you go back to 50% effort or do you keep it at 100? I saw the smirk on your face.
I want to say 100,
But yeah, see, here's the but.
mm-hmm.
You should be in a oh, I can't think of their name. Who's the one that sang the song I like big butts, but I cannot lie?
I don't know.
My Diane's like, what? Wait. Because there's a lot of butts going on over there.
I think it's the first time, Sean, that this conversation or this topic has such a, like, I'm hot
Yeah,
flashes
can't breathe.
coming.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yes, excellent. Neuroencoding. Yay. How many of you feel what Christina's feeling? Yeah. I've never seen Heather get her hand so close to, yeah, baby. But why is this? Do you understand this is neuroencoding? So here's my question to you. Wouldn't it be cool if you had somebody that understood neuroencoding?
Mhm.
It sounds like addiction to approval too, doesn't it? Wouldn't it be good if somebody was an addiction to approval? So the reason I need you to give me your goals is so I can create your nest program. It takes about 5 hours to create a nest program. I'm realizing, I'm like, oh my gosh, you need to give me your goals, and I would like some particulars about you. I'd like some of your beliefs, and not like we're dating going, oh, I like walks on the park and I'm a Gemini and I like this. I want to know
Gemini, how did you know?
you're a Gemini. Well, that makes sense. So, but I do want to know some of your negative self-talk so that I can rewire it in the nest program.
You might need more than 5 hours then.
I understand. I don't have to address every one of them. But I also want to know some of your bigger whys. Right? It's easy to say Samantha and Patrick and all of that stuff and Paul, but I want to know some of the recognition that you want. And that's a tough one. We bothering you, Swally? You getting a little sleepy there, Swally? She just turned the camera off. I'm teasing you. Listen, if we don't, here's the good news. You may get wildly mad at me, but you know it'll only be for a moment because I'm going to relieve it with laughter. Now, would you be mad at me if we got to 30,000? Christina? No.
No.
So we're going for 50. And we're not going to stop till April 30th at midnight. And here's what I want you to know. My little Fifi. Come on in, baby girl. This is an all out, this is a full court press. Anybody ever play basketball? Normally they pick them up when it's after the midpoint, the line. You see everybody, they start their defense there. Full court presses, they start as soon as they throw the ball in from the far side. This is kind of a full court press on this, because here's the great news. How many of you would like to have this done by the end of February? So Christina, part of this is is in your gratitude in the mornings is to put down, I'm so happy and grateful that money comes to me from ways other than my traditional income streams. Because you'll come to me and say, you won't believe it. Paul picked up a lottery ticket. We never play the lottery ticket and he won 10 grand. Right? We have to allow the universe is waiting for all of these things to be solved.
I'm smiling because I started listening to morning and evenings money activation.
Mm-hmm.
And then the magic check, and then Tony Robbins with the priming every morning. And yesterday we went to lunch and we were given a card with $100 Amazon gift card. And I said to Paul, see, it works. And he said things that I'm cuckoo.
And that's okay. That's part of it. Your job in to convince him is to just overwhelm him with $100 gift cards.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Congratulations. Yeah, of course you're giggling. Because you're like, oh, see, it does work. So that's your goal. So write down some things and targets in that, and then we'll start to build that.
Okay. I sent you a WhatsApp message.
Yes.
If you have.
I'll have something for you tomorrow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's next? Well, all of a sudden, nobody can see the camera. Look, Louise didn't vaporize. Christina didn't vaporize. Nobody's going to go poof. Hi, Ruth. Hang on. I can't hear you. Your mic is up.
You're right. So sorry. I forget. I'm so sorry. I do that to you all the time. Sorry. So, when Louise said 3,000, I was like, oh yeah, that's good. And then I just backed down. I'm like, no, let's just shoot for 2 because 2 would cover it, and I wouldn't have to work so hard. Um, so I'm just being.
I'm starting to see a pattern with you, Miss Ruth. So, what's your number?
I feel like it should be 3.
Okay, so 3. So one business model, any multiple business models, what?
So I have the network marketing with Niken, and then I also have a healing practice that I do healing sessions with people. But that I feel like is always trading dollar for time or time for dollars, whatever that saying is, versus with the network marketing, I can build it with my team and have customers that love me refer me. It just seems easier.
I want you to look at the healing as
Oh, I could barely hear you. Why is that?
now.
Oh, there we go.
So how
There-
about I want you to look at the healing as one on many. I want you to
One
start
on
to think
many.
I want you to start thinking about doing group healing.
And charge for the group healing?
Sure, absolutely. What do you charge for a session now?
150.
Okay, so what if you did 3 at 75 a piece?
3 people, you mean?
3
what
people
you-
at a time, and it was $75 each for them, which is more money per hour per you, but more people. Start to
Hmm.
speak to the issue, which is all the same: belief, energy, self-talk. Start to speak to a bigger issue, because it's all under one of the big issues.
I never thought of it that way. That's
Right.
kind of cool. Okay.
Right. So think about it here. We've got 3,000, 50,000. Somebody else is going to have 5,000. Somebody else is going to have 4,000. May all be 30,000, but you're all going to do it differently. But let's say everybody said 3,000, but every one of you has a different business model. How can I coach this group in a different business model for the same dollar figure? Because we all have to do the same thing. But now we come down to the localism, right? The local accent. Now you're adding your own accent, right? Southern Mexico is different than Northern Mexico. Spanish is different than Spain Spanish, different than Puerto Rican Spanish. You're all going to speak Spanish, aka $3,000, but each of you are going to have your own dialect, right? Louise has coaching and she has her MLM. You have health training and healing and MLM. Diane has MLM and she has some speaking engagements, right? Bob has horses. He's got MLM. He's got coaching, right? Heather has her wellness center. She's got MLM. She's got some events that she's putting on. So all of those can be, when you listen to the solution presented to one, you can adapt it for yourself. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when you start to speak to the healing, you start to offer people, listen, my programs are $150 for a session, but I'm offering the first 5 people to do it for $25 a session, just to see what it's like, so you can get the feel. My daddy always said, never spend money to get educated if you can have other people pay you so you can learn. That's the best school to go to. And that's the school my dad taught me to go to. That was the university my dad taught me to go to. OPMU. Other People's Money University. That's why when you guys get to come to a world-class training for $97, you're paying me to learn. You get amazing stuff. You're paying me to learn. I want you to start having, if you want to go learn something, make it have an irresistible, right? An irresistible offer, and then go do it. And if you screw it up and you absolutely despise it, don't do it again. Do something different. But don't give your time away anymore. Right? I'm not giving my time away. So if 10 of you show up, that's $8,000. You follow me? So I'm getting paid $8,000 for the next 5 months. You follow me? I'm just telling you, this is how I'm leveraging this so that, and I don't get paid the 8 till you show up, AKA show up, but I want you to have it already paid for before you show up. So you're not sitting at the event going, oh my gosh, oh, this was so amazing. Thursday was so incredible. Oh my God, I got to go home on Tuesday and pay the bills and I can't remember anything I learned here and blah, blah, blah.
So Sean, I'm a little bit confused on the
That's
two
okay.
options.
Yep.
Because the first option was, okay, then do it as a group
Yeah.
with a topic that everybody could benefit from. I get
Yep.
that. It's not something
Yep.
I've thought of. And so I would like to expand on that. But
Yep.
then the second part was, okay, what about if you do offer it for $25, $50, whatever, for the first 5 people? So I'm speaking in not this week, but next week to a group of women, networking group, whatever. And I was thinking of making an offer. So do I make an offer? I guess I'm torn. Do I make an offer with a particular topic, or do I make an offer like, okay, to just get a feel of what my healing is like?
Well, a couple of things.
$25. So I'm a little
With doing it next week, rather than having to revamp your business model, what you might do is to create cash flow is say, how much extra time, how much open time do you have for new clients? Do you have in a week? How many extra hours? How open spaces could you fill that you don't have to work too hard?
right, because so I'm willing to do 3 to 5 max.
Okay, so let's do this. For the first 5 who sign up today,
Mhm.
I'll give you 2 sessions for the price of 1.
Okay.
So now you're not changing your business model. You're just going to spend an extra hour with them. But in that extra hour, you've learned things in 2 hours that they should sign up for a month-long program, right? How long is your programs for?
I don't have a month. I do individual sessions, and that's
Okay.
it.
But so you don't have an offering okay, so you're going to create an offering.
But the reason why I don't have an offering is because I don't want to keep track of it.
Right. That's okay. Just 5 hours. You're going to give them 5 hours. It's a 5-hour offering. So that would normally be $800. Take your normal hourly times 5 is how much?
150, 300, 600, 750.
Okay. So 800. So,
Okay.
So this one, you'd give them 5 hours at 500.
Got it.
All right. And please make your sessions 45 minutes long. So you have 15-minute window between calls. Your hour-long sessions are 40. Your segment is a 45-minute coaching segment.
So what I've been doing is I give an hour, and then
Yep.
I book the next appointment. I give myself half an hour so I can walk the dog or whatever to get a
We
breather.
still do that, but they should be paying, right? How many of you ever send money via PayPal? You send $100. How much do they charge you?
Percentage.
104,
4, yeah.
right? $105. So I send $96. I'm still only spending $100. That's your problem that you want to receive it that way. When you guys send me money, they take it out of me. I pay for that, whether it's Stripe, this, that, or the other, right? If you use any of these services. So either you charge more or you pay less. So when I can do in 45 minutes with what most people can't do in 2 hours. Now, if you want to go over, you can, but set it up as saying, listen, my hours are 45 minutes. That's in case you show up a little late, right? You show up a little late or we have to end a little early. I don't ever want you to have to feel bad that you didn't get all you needed and that I was cheating you. So my blocks are 45 minutes. I never usually hit the 45 minutes, but you want to give yourself some time so that if it's now, instead of a half hour out of your day, it's only 15 minutes out of your day.
So when you present it, do you say it's a 45 minutes? So
Mm-hmm. Yep.
people always ask, how long is your session? I always say an
45,
hour.
45
So
minutes.
say 45 minutes. Got it.
But you and I both know one of us is going to talk longer. It'll probably be an hour, but it's literally a 45-minute. But you put it in your public writing, 45 minutes.
Got it. So when I first looked at my sessions and I
Mhm.
felt I wasn't charging enough, I
Mhm.
increased it. But this is kind of increasing by just reducing the time. So it's
Yeah.
another
Yep.
way of looking at it. Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty
Absolutely.
cool. Because it still saves me time. Yet the fees got it. I like that. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And you could do 50 minutes at 50 minutes, 45 minutes sounds like you cheat me. 50 minutes sounds like an hour. I don't know. It's up to you.
Well, a lot of
Like,
massage therapists do 50 minutes because they
yeah.
need the time.
Yep.
It's a very typical session.
Yeah. In case you show up 5 minutes late, you don't,
Mhm.
I'm not going to dock you. It's, yeah.
Mhm.
So cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So put your methods together, how you're going to do that. And the easiest way to do any of this, ladies and gentlemen, is to reverse engineer it. Start with your $3,000, your $5,000, your 35 grand, and back it out and do it in big chunks, right? If I do this with this business model, I go 5,000 with that business model and 2,000 with this, that's 7,000. I got another 23,000 I got to come up with somewhere. Go ahead. Yep.
I have a question. So, Nikan has put out our new incentive and it's all based on volume because it
Yep.
always is. So I know I have to do 60,000 in a year, which says I can do 5,000 per month. And
Yep.
I've committed January and February to take care of the grandbaby because she's brand spanking new and they need help with the toddler.
Yep.
So then I thought, okay, that brings you down to about 6,000 if I did it over 10 months, right?
Okay.
6,000 a month. So then, and anything that I do over the 5 or 6,000, depending on how I want to look at it, is bonus.
Right.
And so I start with, so I know people take a thermometer and they go up as it
Mhm.
increases. I start from the 6,000, I cross out and reduce it.
Right.
And it works better for me. So is that the reverse engineering like you're
Yeah.
talking about?
Yep. The other thing is that only have 11 months, don't have 12.
Yeah. I usually do, well, I do 10.
Okay, good. 10. Good. Okay.
I do 10 months and then I have 1 month because I don't like to work during the month of Christmas
So-
with the holidays.
Will you be getting any residual check even though you're not working? Will you still be receiving an income while you're taking care of your grandbaby?
Yes.
Okay, then
Bec-
I would be promoting the heck out of that.
From the heck
So
out of what?
I'm on my way to take care of my baby. Thank you, residual income.
Yeah, because of my on my auto ships.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I say I didn't work 1 hour in my business and I still got paid executive income. You should reach out and ask me how.
Got it. Yeah, because December we didn't do anything. The business, but we still end up being second place in my Royal Diamonds team. So I was just like, I don't know how that happened, but yeah.
So my point is that I would be promoting that.
Hmm.
Be promoting the grandparent, right? You said all these people want to talk about young kids. I want to talk about people my age. So talk to people your age saying, listen, it took me 20 years to do it, but you won't have to spend the 20. I can compress it.
Got it.
Take it when you take a selfie of you and your and the back of your grandbaby's head, right? Because you may or may not want to promote their face on it, but say, right now I'm getting paid to bounce to play horsey horse with my grandbaby. And you need to promote that.
Mm.
You've worked 20 years to get to this point. Don't hide it. And don't be bashful of it. And don't be embarrassed by it. I know you're not, but you're like, well, but if they call, no, you tell them, listen, I get to pick my schedule. I'll be back to you in April or March or whenever.
Mm-hmm. I can do that.
Because I'm going to talk you're going to watch some of my posts going out. I'm going to say, I got 11 brand new students last night, 10 brand new students last night. I love what I get to do. People are going to go, how did you get 10 new students? I got a program for that. Very well. Why do you ask? Just tell them my best truth. They don't know that you guys actually know my social security number. We're so close.
Thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yes, very much so.
Is it getting a little less stressful and a little bit more clear? It's just activity, just being able to monitor and track your activity. How old's the grandbaby?
Uh, 16 days.
Okay. Do you track how many ounces of milk they eat each time they drink?
No, but the mama has an app for how many minutes she breastfeeds. It's crazy what they have now.
Right? So nobody's asking me how long I sat in front of the fridge today because I'm an adult. I'm doing the same thing with y'all. I want to know how much. I don't have an app, right? But I want to know how long you spent in your business today. And if you keep track of that, you don't even need to tell me. Right? We'll both know how much it is, and we'll both know that it's that how much you do. And when I say, really? So what did you do? And you're gonna go, oh, yeah. I know I didn't work in my business today. All right, I'll do more tomorrow. So what'd y'all learn? What'd you like tonight so far? What's a takeaway you got from tonight? I would like to hear from anybody, from at least the ones on camera.
Well, I appreciate Louise being on the hot seat at the beginning. Thank you.
I liked how Christina said the mentee seat.
Yes.
Like it's like Coke and Mentos, right? Somebody's gonna explode.
Like what's been happening in my throat. Actually, I love the breakdown. I love the breakdown. Even at 550 an hour, there was a time where I go, that's not enough, but ask me what I was making, 0. You know, I mean, I appreciated that because I didn't look at it that's not enough. I looked at it as, oh, I could do that. Haven't done it yet, but I can do that.
Now, the other thing you might want to offer, Louise, is I know Maureen is on Hawaii time,
Yeah.
but ask her to go through the same thing. Now, she may have unlimited funds, maybe not. But just ask her, is there anything that you could do to support her to create some extra income so that Sean doesn't want anybody to ever have to pay to come to his events? I don't ever want me to be an expense, because if I'm supposed to do what I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to be making you make money where you'll keep spending money, right? I'm supposed to be the fertilizer. The more me you get, the more of you that grows.
That's a great idea. I will do that.
Yeah, and let her know that, yeah, she's more than welcome to listen to the calls or ask questions or submit questions.
I think she listens to the recordings.
Okay.
Yeah. Or the YouTubes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Who else? What'd you learn? What'd you like?
It's go time.
I love it.
It's go time. Time to stop playing small.
Yep. Appreciate it. Yep.
It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time.
I love it.
Let's do it.
Who else?
I got my bracelet today. My word for this year is breakthrough. So I really need to move towards that direction because, yeah.
I love it.
Christina, did you order that had specially made for you, or you just saw that?
Yeah, it was on Amazon and I got to
Pick.
request the word that I wanted on it.
Ooh, thank you. That's a great idea.
Who else? Go ahead, Heather.
It all comes down to a math problem. It's all a math problem. Whether it's money, the number of money, the number of hours, the number of people you need to talk to, it's all math.
And because it's math, there's two ways that it'll happen. As long as it's never subtraction. Addition is okay, multiplication is better. But addition starts first, because adding 0 to 5 gets you 5 still. If we're in multiplication, if you times 5 times 0, what do you get? 0. So I want you in multiplication. So it's always got to be at least one thing, one activity. So it at least stays the same. But 5 times 2 is 10 versus 5 plus 2 is 7. Right? So if we're going to go into multiplication, it can never be 0. 0 cancels everything out. And a lot of us have done a lot of zeros over our life. And we're like, oh, I got to start over. Blah, 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 blah. Bye-bye, parasite.
Thank you.
What's some of the side effects of this or the wellness effects of this that I might be seeing?
Less brain fog.
Well, that would sleep, but okay, I agree with you.
Can get changes in bowels. We
Okay,
can go
good.
there.
I
Change in appetite.
Yep.
You might have some itchy skin
Okay.
places.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I thought it was those because those are some of the things I noticed because when I noticed them and I went, whoa, oh, bye, parasite. Dun, 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 dun.
That's right. But probably need to think about if you kiss your wife, she might need to do this too.
So what you're saying is no long kisses?
Oh, yuck.
And there's our 5-year-old Sean. Anyone else? Diane, would you pick up?
Wow, I got kicked out a couple of times.
It's not the internet.
And it's not our internet, but anyway, yeah. I know I've had back pain the last 2 days and it's late at night for some reason. Yeah, just to list how you broke down everything. That's what I have to sit down and redo.
Okay. Yeah, and keep them in big buckets.
Okay.
Now, if let's just say you were going to use Manatech as the only bucket. Let's just say that was the only bucket. The buckets that you break it down is what are you going to talk about? Are you going to talk about mana pole? You're going to talk about mana blast? You're going to talk about blah, 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 XYZ. What's the main focus? What's the flagship for you? Right? There's flagship product the company has, but it's not always the flagship product for the distributor because they had a particular personal story with a particular product.
Great. Well, I always like my Amber Toast, but we have the skincare that's on now, and they've just revamped the fat loss program. That's just started. So that's we're working with Al. That's what he's done a lot of different videos with that we can use.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Cool, cool, cool. Hey, Ruth and Vicky.
Sean, could you go over that math again? You know how Heather said it's all math, and you
Yep.
said you have to do at least one. You can't do 0. You can't do
Right.
subtraction. Multiplication is better than addition.
Yep.
But what was the example that you used that why?
So if we do 5 plus 1, or 5 plus 2 is 7. But 5 times 2 is 10. 5 plus 0 is 5. 5 times 0 is 0. And some of us have put 5 times the effort in and then we go do nothing for a week. That's 5 times 0. And we wind up starting over again. We wind up, why does this keep happening? Because you're working through multiplication. You're not okay with addition. I don't know anybody's okay with addition. But I can promise you, if you at least do, if you change it on the days you're not really willing to work and you do one thing, even five plus one is 6, but 5 times 1 is 5. You didn't lose it. Addition, you at least added 1. You got 6. So maybe if it's an addition, you got to understand which day, what's the activities you're about to do? Is this addition or is this multiplication? Right? Doing lives is multiplication. Whenever you're one to many, that's multiplication. One-on-one is addition. Right?
That's powerful.
We've spent an hour.
Bonus.
You're welcome. We've spent an hour together. I got 10 hours worth of time tonight back. Right? I put almost half a day in an hour. Right? When we hear Ed Milet say he works 3 days in a day. Right? He does 6-hour days, 18 hours a day. So first 6 is day 1, second 6 is day 2, third 6 is day 3. He gets 3 days out of a day. Some of us get 50 days out of a day because of what we do. But other times we can lose a whole week in a day. That's why I'm saying, when you say I'm taking care of the baby for the next 2 months, that's subtraction. I'm taking care of the baby next 2 months, and I'm going to leverage the fact that I get paid to love my grandchild. That's addition. Do it live, do it with somebody, do an interview. That's multiplication. And you still haven't done work, but you've done the work, you've done the dream work that people want to know. What's the other side? What's the other side of this? If I get into this, what's the outcome of this? But see, none of us want to share our outcome. I share the sheep. Many people are asking me, what do you do that you get to play with sheep and chickens? I am now the president of Jumanji. No, I did a lot of work to get to here. A lot more work to do. But nobody ever sees me talking about business. Well, that's about to change, because now when I get into these modes like this, I kind of want to lead by example and show you guys, oh, so that's what that looks like from his perspective. That's what he does when that changes. Right? And what's the thing that happens when I tell people, hey, listen, last night I ran a program and I have 10 brand new students. There's room for next week. I'm going to open it up to 10 more. Would you like to be on the waiting list? It's best truth. I'm not telling the fib. I didn't say that the 10 new students, we just decided to change our relationship a little bit that I've known for years. Hey, Vicky, good evening. Let me click the button to ask you to unmute. There you go. You're unmuted.
Okay, thank you. I have a strange question. I keep trying, interesting. I noticed the word. I'm observing that I keep looking for what business could I raise money.
Okay.
And what's stopping me. And it's my brain.
Okay.
And I'm being treated by many, many others, but especially at home, as though I should have the memory that I had 5 years ago, a year ago, and I don't right now. Do I believe 100% I have dementia? Absolutely not. Do I believe, and I must say at least 100 times a day, they can give you a diagnosis, but not a prognosis, which you gave me. What a gift. So my question really is, this much I've learned. If I do something often enough that I can write notes and then rewrite them until I understand those notes, I could do things.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no idea how to find that function out there that's needed in order to be able to provide the service.
Okay, so here's a question for you. Have you heard of affiliate marketing?
Yes.
Okay. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here that I bet if you started to speak about their products or services, you could be the guru of wellness. And let's say you speak about ketones. And you said, "Oh my gosh, my friend Christina has these ketones. You should talk to her." And all of a sudden, the services is that you just become this referral agent. Right? Who are my friends lives in Missouri? I have a friend there that has this wellness practice that's ridiculous. Who do you know lives in Minnesota? I don't know why you'd live there, but I have a friend who lives in. Who do you know that wants to learn about that? Wants to understand the power of aloe vera? You should talk to my friend Diane. Who needs some healing wellness? Who wants some magnetic therapy? You should talk to my friend Ruth. And all of a sudden, you
Now,
start.
where do you do this?
You do it. Listen, you do it in circles. You could do it. You could put it on a post in Facebook. Just post it out. Just start saying, "Hey, I just realized I have some world-class wellness experts. Who needs a little healing, a little help, a little aloe?" And you just start listing that. And all of a sudden, I don't know. It's the easiest way, the no-fee way for you to see what your audience is like.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, I realize I've never actually ever written on Facebook.
Okay.
That's
There you go.
So it means I'm hearing that there are things that, again, differently, but if I look and say I need to learn this, then okay, I can put this on Facebook. And what I am hearing is to explore what I need to know to do affiliate marketing, because that doesn't.
Well, but don't say I say affiliate marketing. Don't call this friendship marketing, because you're going to Google affiliate marketing and your head's going to explode. My head explodes when I Google affiliate marketing. The 1,001 ways. Just right now, just say, "Hey, listen, I'm into using my friends, because my friends all make me happy."
I hear you.
And the other thing is I want you to start saying some self-talk that says, my neurons are expanding and growing. And let your neurons hear it go, yeah. Because just to say I'm happy is one thing. Yes, that's brain. But say my neurons are healthy and happy and growing. My neurons are healthy and happy and growing. Oh my, healthy and happy and growing. Oh my.
I'm writing it down.
Yep. And say my neurons are happy and start laughing with it. And happy and healthy and good. Oh my.
I love it. My neurons are healthy. I can't even read my handwriting.
Healthy, happy, and growing, or growing, healthy,
and growing.
happy.
Yep. And growing. That was the part I left out. Fascinating. I love it. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you very, very much.
The other thing that I'm working on, folks, is I'm working on learning to become a hypnotist, right? To help you overcome some fears and doubts. And because hypnosis is only, if you've ever read a book and got totally engrossed in the book, you were hypnotized by the book, right? Mesmerized from mesmer, comes from the guy, his last name was Mesmer, mesmerized, right? Like in awe. But hypnosis is the ability to have complete focus. And so
by who? You or the other?
By the other. It's the ability to use words to get you into a hypnotic state, which means you're totally focused on one thing. And then auto suggestion can be implanted.
The reason I asked that is that I had a fascinating experience with that, because I did not trust hypnotists.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I am not hypnotizable. And I never was, until I met this woman who happened to be the wife of a physical doctor in Hawaii, who was such a gentle woman that I absolutely trusted her, who facilitated me trusting me.
Yep.
And it was somehow the two trusts that made her actually very effective as a hypnotist with me.
And that's so it is the ability to have massive rapport, right? And that's what they do through language, true. And it's really reading a recipe, right? If every one of you is a chocolate chip cookie, but each one of you are baked a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Oh.
You ever want to practice?
Exactly. No doubt. I will take you up on that.
I love you.
Why is Vicky putting a stripper pole in her apartment?
I love it. I love it. Thank you.
Okay. All good? Thank you, Vicky.
All good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Just,
you.
I want you to go, when you go back to doing what you're doing and get ready for bed, get excited about winning. Don't get fearful about, oh crap, I got to go to work. Forget that. That's not going to help. Get excited about
Right.
it's done. It's done. And so it is. It's done. And so
what I laugh at, you may or may not know this about me. I was always the number 2 man because someone had a vision and then they handed me the vision, said make it happen. I was very good at visions. And you're bringing them back. Thank you,
go.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, my
Me too.
eagles. I love you bunches. Alexa, what's the temperature? 10 degrees. I get to go out into the shower and take a 10-degree shower. Ooh, it's not 10-degree shower. It'll be a very hot shower. But yeah. It's when you're in the shower, because right now the heater's going on. And so the shower itself, it's 60 degrees in the shower. So I'm not walking. Yes, I'm walking out in 10-degree weather, but I step into the shower at 6 degrees and I turn on the hot water. And then when I come back, it's nice.
A naive question. Will that lake ever totally freeze?
The big lake won't, but our pond is already starting to freeze.
Yeah.
But
That
the
would
big
be
lake,
fun.
yeah, the big lake, no, there's too much moving water in it. I'm sure there's areas in the coves that'll freeze over if the wind's not enough. Like this backside
Right.
on our pond where the big rock is, that's already frozen. But the rest of it, because it's in the open wind, hasn't. But tonight it'll freeze. This is day 3. Day 3, usually we get a full sheet of ice if we've been under freezing for 3 days. So
Whoa.
not enough to walk on. It's enough for the dogs to get on and go splash.
Love it. Love it.
What's his name? Seamus did that the other day. He went in up to his neck. He's like, do. I'm like, please just come back so I don't have to jump in and get you again. He's the one that I had to jump in the very first time we were here. He held up underneath the rock. I thought he drowned. Splash, 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 splash. And I jump in the water.
Whoa.
He's underneath hanging on the rock going, you gonna get me? He wasn't a year old yet. He was still a puppy. So all right, everybody, go have some fun. Just when you go to bed tonight, go, this has started. It started and it's done. Here's what I want you to have. Don't have the faith in you, have the faith in you, but have the faith in me. You know that I can do this. Go, I'm not sure I'm really excited about but I know I'm going to get my butt kicked across the line. He is not going to leave me behind the line. So,
thank God.
Yep. Just now. There you go.
I love it.
Everybody, I love you tons. I'll see y'all where?
At the next event. Thank you, Sean.
By the
next
way,
event.
just one last thing. Am I wrong or is it Bob's birthday today?
Yeah,
It
Bob's
is
birthday. Was that
Bob's
this morning? That seems so long ago. Yes, that's Bob's birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Bob.
birthday, Bob.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dear Bob. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you and
And
many
many
more.
Get out of here, you. All right, everybody. See
Good
y'all
night.
tomorrow.